Mocap Matt, Mohawk Matt, or Mocap for More Cap Matt, said that two white boys, all the way across, to where it fell off his body, right? He said that two white boys did that. Why we can't find it on Google? It's only been one situation like that that's been recorded throughout the whole history of CDC, and that was the Jaime Osuna case, and we all know about that. We all know about my little homeboy that, right there, looking for the bundle, they pulled his noodles out. We know about that. But why don't we know about the situation that Mocap Matt is talking about? We can't find it because it's a lie. Something as serious as that, it'll be all over the news. But it never happened. It's a lie. He's talked about it on multiple podcasts. He said this story numerous times. And on any of those times, has he ever mentioned what yard it happened? What prison it happened? It's a lie. They were sitting out there for so long that they had to bring lunch out there. That is a lie. The Goose Squad stopped on the yard talking to the inmate about the situation. That is a lie. He has said this story on numerous occasions on several podcasts. The same story. And not once on any of the podcast interviews has he mentioned what yard it was on, or who was there, or what prison it was at. It's all a lie. I don't even think he's been on a level 4, to be honest with you. Because how he's talking, no. That stuff would have not happened.
And they jumped on him like two spider monkeys, and they hit him so many times with these weapons that the prison guard in the tower... a normal human being seeing an act of violence like this is going to be shocked. And this woman who's trained, this is her job for the Department of Corrections. They have the legal right to shoot you and kill you if you're fighting in a stabbing position. This woman was so horrified at what she saw that she was in the tower with the gun just frozen. Nobody's prepared to see something like this. They stabbed this kid so many times that his head fell off, and this kid, there was so much blood. There's a lot of blood that comes out of the human body. And these kids were playing. They were slipping in the blood. You've seen a movie. The kid's head rolls. One of the kids breaks his head. And the guys are
cut it
so
out,
exhausted,
man.
trying to scream and move, but he has no chance. And this kid got stabbed so many times in the neck that his head fell, and now they're stabbing this kid so many times that his head's hanging. And they're going for headshots, facial shots, deliberately, to prove to this kid that you ain't black, you're white. And it was scary for me. I'm sitting there like, God, this is like one of those, like this. I've been in the military, I've been in a gang, I've seen fights, shootings, but this is some serious shit. And they stabbed him for so long that finally his head fell. One of the guys kicks his head, it kind of breaks loose. And they sit down. These two, this is the worst part of it. These two kids stabbed this kid first.
Hey, man, you already know what it is, man. Jan the Hitman, Diesel, man. Let's go. But before we get going, if you're new to the channel, go and hit them buttons, man. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Subscribe, hit that notification button, man. So when I'm on, you're going to know that I'm on, man. And you can get some of this true crime. But today, we ain't on no true crime today, man. We on some cap shit today, man. Mohawk Matt. Mocap Matt, should I say. Matt been around for a little bit. He's been around for a few years, right? But he recently resurfaced on Camp Capone, you know what I'm saying? And by now you guys already know who he is, man. You know what I'm saying? Mohawk Matt from the Valley, right? Apparently he's a friend of AC, American Cholo. A couple of the other channels did a reaction to his video, Homie Hangout and the Dubs, and you know, and I'm going ahead and give you my reaction, right? Because it's only right. Because I like to pull out the fake shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that really is some fake shit. Right? And we know it is. And if you've been to a level 4, you know it. You know it's bullshit, man. Come on. Straight to the bullshit, though. So he said that somebody got his severed on the yard, right? Ha ha! It's happened before. Not to mention that my homeboy from Home Boys, a border brother from the town, I already told you all about this story. Everybody was running around making stories about this guy. Little did y'all know that that was my little homie. The one that got killed in Solano. They pulled his intestines out, right? True story. That was on the news. So I'm assuming that the story that he keeps talking about should have made the news. I don't recall hearing about this. Something like that is bound to make the news. Something like that, you should be able to Google it and it should pop up, right? But he's lying, right? He's, not to bring Gunner up, but I didn't call Gunner in a bunch of lies, you know what I'm saying? Like the other day, Gunner was lying again. He said he was in Carl Holden for 2 years. It's a 9-month drug program. He always says that he was down in Nellis with Crazy Boy from Florencia. Crazy Boy was never in Nellis with him. Crazy Boy was 3 years older than us, so there's no way in the world they could have been in Nellis together. So I didn't call Gunner in a bunch of lies, but this right here, this is a real lie. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a lie. For one, it doesn't pop up on Google. It doesn't pop up on any social media sites. The only time it pops up is when he's talking about it, right? Now, he doesn't mention what prison it was at. He doesn't mention any convicts that were there. He doesn't mention anything to validate his story, right? He doesn't mention anything to solidify his story, right? He just said, oh yeah, it happened on, because I actually found that same story a few times on a few different videos. On the intro, you've seen where on 2 occasions, but he said this story already like 5 times on 5 different channels, right? But I just put 2 up there just to give you guys an idea that this is a story that he's already rehearsed. This is a story that he's already got it down packed. He already knows what to say, right? But he never says, oh yeah, man, so-and-so was there. We was on this yard. He was coming out of this building, right? He doesn't give us any of the specific details that we can look forward to know that this is a true story. You know what I'm saying? So this is cap, right? Okay, so now, if you've been on a level 4, the only way you're gonna get out to the yard with a weapon is if you go to the trunk with it, right? That's the only way you're gonna get out to the yard with a weapon, right? So, by the time you go to the yard, you pull it out and you strap him up upside your hand like he said he did, everybody should be on the yard by then, right? He said they were coming out or whatever in the tower and shit or whatever and whatnot. So is the tower watching the guys that are coming out, or what was the tower doing, right? So what are the other inmates doing when this is going on, right? Because apparently nobody's seen it. The cops didn't see it, right? Boy, Mohawk Matt, right? Now, I've stabbed people. I've done 2 hotters in prison. And motherfuckers know I ain't lying. This is why my homeboys from my neighborhood have applauded me in the past for the shit that I've done in prison. Because they know about the shit that I've done in prison. My shit done hit the streets, right? My shit done hit Pelican Bay, right? I done stabbed a couple motherfuckers in prison. Fortunately, I failed the mission twice because they both survived, right? The object of the game was to knock them down. Make sure they don't come back, right? But fortunately, they survived, and this is why I'm free today, right? Now, but anyhow, we'll talk about those later on, right? Back to Mocap Matt, right? The whole shit about somebody getting their head severed and in prison and kicking the head and slipping and sliding through the blood and all that. Come on, man. That's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen, especially on a level 4, right? And the reason why I know he's lying, the whole shit he said afterwards about the lunch on the yard, you don't get no lunch on the motherfucking yard, man. When you're down on the yard, you're down, you're prone, you're flat on your face, or you're sitting down on your ass, however the COs want you to sit. You're going to lay on your stomach, or you're going to sit flat on your ass, and you're not going to move. There ain't no passing out no lunch. Your lunch already got passed out at breakfast. You picked it up on your way out from chow, or they brought it if you were eating in the cell, like on a level 4, you eat in your cell, they brought it to you at lunchtime, at breakfast time, right? So there ain't no lunch on the motherfucking yard. I've never been to a prison where your lunch wasn't given to you at breakfast time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Every prison that I've been at, I don't give a fuck what level it is, you're getting your lunch at breakfast. You're getting your lunch at breakfast. And if you don't get it at breakfast, you're getting it first thing in the morning before unlock. Before your first unlock, you already have your lunch in your cell. So all that shit about, oh, they were sitting out there for so long. We brought the lunch up, when they brought us lunch out there, man, cut that shit out, man. Mohawk Matt, I respect that you're clean. That, more power to you. And I hope you stay clean, right? But let's cut it out with the bullshit, man. Come on, let's cut it out. And it's crazy because some people are like, wow, oh, wow, really? Damn. Even Cam Capone was like, oh, really? He kind of, I felt like Cam Capone fell for it. I felt like Cam Capone believed him. But any of us that's been on a level 4, I've been on a 270. I've been on a 180. You are not going to get away with nothing like that. You're not going to get that far into the game where you're going to stab somebody so many times to where you're going to sever his head. That type of shit can only be done in the cell. Like with my homeboy, when his intestines got pulled out, they did that to him inside the cell, right? You're not going to sever nobody's head on the yard. You don't have enough time, right? And if this stuff is happening while they're running unlock while they're running yard, you don't have enough time to pull it out. I mean, how fast did you get the thing out and wrap it around your hand and then go handle your business, right?
Unless somebody buried it on the yard for you.
And yes, I know that there's no such thing as, well, when I was going through the system, if there was a white crip coming on a level 4, or when a white crip or a white blood pulls up to the yard, or a white man rolling with the blacks, it was going to be an issue. Trust and believe it was going to be an issue. Now, either the blacks are going to back you up because of who you are, or they're just going to let you get hit. Because they're not going to go to war over some Rudy poop ass dude, right? But that's another story. Let's go back to the whole severing thing, right? Most of the time when a white boy runs with the blacks, he's usually a crip. I've never really seen a white blood or I have seen white cats from the Bay, but most of the time I've seen a few white crips, right? And most of the time they end up rolling up anyways, man, because they be scared to death. That did not happen. That did not happen. We know it didn't happen, right? For one, it's not surfacing on any of the news outlets. I've looked for it. I'm sure a bunch of people already looked for it, right? This is only him saying this, right? Mocap Matt, right? So, now, as far as like how he went about saying that this happened, if you, like I said before, if you've been on a level 4, you know what, this didn't happen, right? This stuff didn't happen. And then he said something about saving some female COs because they ran up to the tower. Man, look, I actually seen that whole story on one of the other channels. That same exact shit happened in one of other prisons in Virginia somewhere, where they took control of the pod and they went up into the tower and they grabbed the female or some shit and they were gonna do something to her and somebody came and stopped it. This is a story that he's seen on another channel. This ain't something that he's seen in CDC. You're not gonna get to the tower on a level 4. You're not. You're just not going to, right? You might have access of getting up there on a level 2 or level 3 maybe not even a level 3. Maybe a level 2, but the inmates on a level 2 ain't trying to go that route. The inmates on a level 2 ain't trying to do that. So the chances of that happening, it didn't happen. No inmates got on that booth in CDC and start opening cells and whatever and whatnot. No, that's bullshit, right? So now, with all that being said, y'all just now caught on to this Cam Capone story, right? Where he said it on Cam Capone News. He had previously said this story on another channel, right?
On a few channels.
And one was 2 years ago, right? So he's already practiced this story in his head a few times, right? So, you know, and not only that, right? Like, he said that IGI came running out and they asked the inmates, hey, man, how long this been going? Come on, man. Ain't no IGI about to stop and talk to you in the middle of what's going on in the yard. And then he said that the street police, the street police came to do the crime scene. They put a white chalk around the body. They put the little numbers for the shells, for the knives, and they put a sheet over him, and they sat out there. That is all imaginary. That is all something that he must have caught on a movie, or it might have happened in another prison, but it didn't happen in CDC.
I'm
We know
starting to
that.
think he wasn't even on a level 4.
Because a lot of us that's done hollers in prison, those of you that's done hollers in prison, you know who you are. And a lot of the viewers, you know who they are too, right? But as far as like, now everything that comes out of this dude's mouth
gonna be iffy.
I'm gonna have to just like nah, it's fake, right? But I do understand he's getting clean, and which is cool. I'm glad he's getting clean, but I'm just giving you straight up, man, straight to the point, man. That whole story's fake. That shit did not happen. And those of you that's been on a level 4, this is why he didn't ever mention what prison it happened in, or what yard, or who was there. Come on. Ain't nobody gonna get in trouble if you say, you know what, I was on the yard with Bandit from so-and-so. I was on C yard with Porky from so-and-so. I was on the yard with Psycho from so-and-so. You're not gonna get in trouble for saying you were on the yard with somebody. But the reason people don't give out names of what prisons they were in is because it didn't happen. And if you say, oh, it happened in this prison, well, what year? You can't say a year because there's going to be people that were going to say, there's going to be people that were there that year. Why don't you say any names of somebody that was there? Because you can't. Because it didn't happen. Right? You can't say a name because if you say a fake name, we know that person don't exist. You can't say a barrio because now that barrio is going to be like, wait, hold on, man, wait a minute. This dude, you know, so that's why these people tend not to say names or what prison because it never really happened, right? You are not going to get in trouble, especially him. He's a civilian now, right? You think he's going to get in trouble for saying, yeah, you know what? This dude got severed. Let's just say, for instance, oh, he got his head severed. This shit happened in Salinas Valley, man, on A yard, right? And Casper was there. Casper was there. Psycho Joe was there, man, and blah, 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 and so-and-so. They were there. They witnessed the whole thing. They was right there with me. They seen it, right? But he don't mention no names because it's all a lie, right? Psycho Joe and Casper, they're not going to get mad for you saying that they were on the yard with you when this shit went down. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that did it already never getting out, right? So it don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? So we already know this is a bogus story, right? But anyhow, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I just wanted to give you my take, and I'm getting straight to it, straight gutted to it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. It's a lie. And all the other inmates that's been on a level 4 or all the other inmates that's done hottest, we know this shit is fake, man. This shit is boo-boo, man. Straight lie. Mocap Matt, I wish you success. Continue with your sobriety, but cut that shit out, man. Cut it with the nonsense, man. Cut them lies out, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me some. I need to know. You're gonna have to give me more than that for me to believe you, man. Because when you say, "Oh, this happened on a 270," what 270? What prison? What yard? Right? If it really happened, I'm more than likely. And the street police came, and you can't find it on Google. Man, cut that stuff out, man. I'm gone.